On November 19th, 2023, an officer-involved shooting occurred in the Sonora Desert area of Blaine County. Following this officer-involved shooting, an investigation is currently underway by the Blaine County District Attorney's Office, who is going to review to determine whether or not the officers involved were justified in utilizing lethal force on the suspect. This briefing will give you information as well as body cam of the incident. The incident originated when a contracted armed security officer located a vehicle driving near the airfield in Sandy Shores. The goal of the security officer is to ensure that no one trespasses on their security contract and/or anyone who's on the airfield must have valid credentials. They were alerted to the vehicle originally due to a sensor going off which picked up a vehicle moving near or on the airfield. The vehicle involved was a black Benefactor Dubsta 6x6. The vehicle, when encountered by law enforcement, once law enforcement was dispatched and made contact, the vehicle stopped and briefly fled before crashing. Following this, the driver fled on foot. When the security officer initiated their contact with the vehicle, they were at the end part of the airfield before hitting the desert. When law enforcement made contact, they were in the Sonora Desert near Joshua Road and the Stab City entrance. The subject drove further into the desert, crashed, and that's when he fled on foot, and this is where we'll pick up. During the foot pursuit, the suspect pulled out a firearm and kept running away from law enforcement. During this time, officers radioed to dispatch and contacted each other, letting each other know that the subject was armed. As they were nearing a dirt road in the Sonora Desert, the suspect turned and discharged a single shot from a .44 Magnum revolver at the officers. Following this, 3 officers returned fire. In total, the 3 law enforcement officers discharged approximately 23 rounds at the subject, who was fatally wounded and died at the scene, despite first aid efforts by law enforcement and EMS personnel. As you can see from this still photo, this is from the Harmony County officer's body cam. You can see the Highway Patrol officer on the right just taking aim as the suspect is firing, and the Blaine County Sheriff's deputy running towards the subject, both in the line of fire. Here's the body cam footage from the 3 officers. Viewer discretion is advised, as this is an officer-involved shooting, and you do see the suspect being shot and killed. The involved agencies are the San Andreas Highway Patrol, Blaine County Sheriff's Office, and the Harmony County Police Department. This shooting is being investigated by the Los Santos County Police Department as an outside department, who will then forward their findings to the Blaine County District Attorney's Office for further review to determine if the shooting was within the guidelines of the law and if it was a justified use of deadly force. The findings of the Blaine County District Attorney's Office will be presented to the public at a later date. Presumably, the date the information will be released on the justification will be around January of 2024. Regardless of the outcome, any utilization of deadly force by law enforcement is always a tragic situation, as it generally ends up with someone being killed or wounded. However, at the same time, law enforcement within the state of San Andreas has a legal right to defend themselves when met with a deadly threat which poses imminent and or serious bodily harm and or death to them and or the public. Thank you for watching this briefing.